Prince Harry's latest statement, where he claims to have compassion for his father and brother, who cannot leave and are trapped in the system, has certainly raised some eyebrows. After all, this is coming from a prince who, by all accounts, has enjoyed a life of privilege and luxury that most of us can only dream of. Yet here he is, painting himself as a sort of freedom fighter who has bravely escaped the clutches of the oppressive royal system. It's almost like a plot twist in a soap opera, except this time, the drama is real and the audience is divided. So, what do the media, the masses, and the royal followers think of this latest episode in the ongoing saga of Prince Harry? Let us dive in and find out. Before getting into the main content of today's video, don't forget to support us with a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. In fact, he wasn't being remotely compassionate at all, but making us see what we can do, and you can dig. It was passive-aggressive Harry with that well-known family-oriented woman Meghan by his side egging him on. Princes William and Charles can of course leave if they choose. Queen Elizabeth II is hardly Queen Corleone, but Prince William in particular has a backbone, morals, and a sense of history. And Princess Diana herself said William is dutiful. She also said Harry is an airhead. Prince William has said he has accepted his role in life and the path set for him and does not feel trapped, but Harry was always a petulant, spoiled brat. And the fact the royals did not fall over themselves in awe of Meghan Markle has most definitely stuck in the Markle's craw. Harry has acted immature and entitled before I strip poker and Nazi uniform. Wanting to leave royal duties and family without actually having a plan shows he may not be prepared for life and expects to not have to pay his way. He appears jealous of what William's life is, even while denying he wants it. Meghan knows how to act, and she also knows how to plan. She wanted a prince, a title, money, and to keep her fame. Both Harry and Meghan wanted the perks of being famous and wealthy without the effort. Harry might not think he wants to be a working royal, but without his title and fame, he would not have a job. Meghan might not have as much problem finding work, but I'm not sure that they will be able to live in the way they are. Harry can say he is compassionate in any interviews, but is he really compassionate to his father and brother? Nobody knows. I believe people with compassionate hearts don't do or say things to hurt other people, nor do they throw people under the bus to make them look good. I believe Harry is bitter and resentful, but I don't know if it is because of his anger or the mental issues he has suffered. From the moment I decided to leave the palace, I believe that he and Meghan truly believed that they would be able to be part-time working senior royals, choosing which events and which charities they could be patrons to. I believe they thought that they would receive money from the taxpayers by doing this, as well as have their security paid for. I believe that they thought they could spend half of the year in Los Angeles and half in the UK. While doing this, I never believed for a second that they would stay in Canada instead. I believe they thought that Frogmore would be staffed and just waiting for them to swoop down on them and inhabit whenever their hearts desired. Clearly, no one ever taught Harry how to play poker, especially when your opponent holds a royal flush. Since they made such silly demands and were not only refused, but had virtually everything stripped away from them, including the title of royal, which was the heart of their get-richer-quicker scheme. They were left with little option but to slip into Los Angeles and try to cash in on what is left of their royal commodity. Interviews, speeches, foundations, charity enterprises, perhaps movie roles, hawking wares with their names on them. They had to do something fast to try to make money as a result of having to cash in all of their chips. Unfortunately, it all happened in the middle of a pandemic, where global economies are crashing. No one has any buying power left, and people are huddled in their houses, counting how many rolls of toilet paper they have left. No one has any time or money to contribute to these two. The house is fronting them a few chips, which are being consumed by absurd wardrobe and rental expenditures. One has to wonder when the chips will be called back in. All because Harry can play poker. With 2 Clowns of Montecito, he thought he was holding the winning hand when his grandmother hit him with a royal flush. She was always way ahead of this idiot. She knew he was trouble, and the lunatic by his side was totally unaware of how to behave. Considering she was only a duchess, she learned nothing but used the tools she relied on while being a demanding diva on the set of Suits. Her Majesty the Queen already had her number as her grandson started to act as if he was more important than she. The Queen. She certainly put them in their place only for the wicked pair to make constant demands they were denied. Thinking they were more important than they actually were, they decided to take off for Canada, but they were left with a fait accompli. Our beautifully savvy and extremely clever monarch told them they were either in or out. There were no half measures. So shell-shocked because they thought they could represent Her Majesty the Queen in America. 2 idiots who had failed during their trip to Australia to treat the host with respect. The foul-mouthed actress using the F word while verbally attacking them. The same behavior was displayed in South Africa, where they are not welcome to visit again. When you are trash like Markle, no designer dress will change the words that spew out of a filthy mouth. Besides, I think Meghan thought marrying Prince Harry every door will open for her as Duchess of Sussex. It's funny to say that she did not know about the royal family. If that is the case, then why was she and with friends near Buckingham Palace and seeing how big the building was? Bigger than the White House USA, I think. She learned about Harry being the unmarried Prince of the UK. She did everything she could do to hook him, taking him to parties and meeting some of her friends. She thought flying in first class and not regular priced seats on planes as she was used to. Her claws dug into Harry. She fed him all of the usual things, making him need her more and more. When she agreed to marry Harry, she thought she would get the engagement ring Diana had. Harry did choose that from his mother's jewelry. But when William was dating Catherine and he was going to propose, he asked Harry to swap it for something else of their mother's jewelry, which Harry did. When talking about his mother to Rachel, he might have said he had Diana's ring, and she thought she could get that if they got engaged. He asked, she said yes in Africa, but she thought the ring would appear. He had bought diamonds in Africa and had the ring made when they came back to the UK. He then asked the Queen's permission to marry Rachel. Prince William told him not to rush into it, to wait a while. Harry didn't want to lose her, and he argued with William. So in consultation with the Queen, his wedding was planned along with Rachel and Her Majesty and himself and other people who needed to know. As we all know, they were married but not in Westminster Abbey, as William and Catherine had. I mean, they aren't the future monarchs, and they had to invite royalty and important people of the Commonwealth. Unlike Harry and Meghan, they could marry with much less people at their wedding. The wedding dress, no one saw the dress until she wore it on her wedding day. The Queen disapproved of what she saw. A pure white dress, not an off-white or a different color. As a divorcee, she was not virginal as her dress claimed. Their guests, or was it her guests, were all famous people from the film, television, or music industries. No family apart from her mother Doria, who had served a prison sentence that would have stopped the wedding if the royal family had known about it. They had a very elaborate wedding in St. George's, Windsor. Then her training would begin on how to be a royal. The hierarchy rules. Who goes before who, where to sit, and how to sit. Flesh-colored stockings or tights, but no other color. So she decided to wear no tights when she went with Queen on some of her visits. She tried to go in front of the Queen, but she was stopped. When they went to have their wedding breakfast, she learned firstly who went first, the Queen and Prince Philip, the Charles and Camilla, William and Catherine, then Harry and Rachel. She was put in her place from the off her wedding day. I don't think she liked that at all. Jewelry loaned to her seemed to disappear and not return to the Queen. She crossed her legs when sitting on all occasions until she was told off by the Queen. Then she caused disruptions at Charles' birthday party in the royal gardens. She was asked to leave by the Queen and King Charles, and the message was given to Harry to make her leave the event. That was Meghan's downfall, before they had announced that they were expecting baby Archie later on. But it was not all fanfare and baby showers like in America, so she jetted off to California to hold one with her friends. Great start to being in the royal family. It all went downhill from then on. Meghan must realize that she is too delusional and things cannot be easily manipulated to her liking. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video. And I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.